Johnny. Team Sweden goalie Peter Lindmark hardly had time to get ready in the nets as Brian Trottier opens the scoring here after just 25 seconds of play in the opening period. Trottier getting the go-ahead goal. The game featured some excellent goaltending as witnessed by these saves. Team USA goaltender Tom Barrasso making a big save. Then Matt Sneslin got in, and then Lindmark, a great acrobatic save here for Sweden. Team USA goes in front 2-0 as Bob Carpenter scores on this goal at 16:38. Defenseman Rod Langway fans on a shot here. Watch the lead pass to Gustafsson, and Gustafsson sails in all alone on Barrasso. It's 2-1 for the USA. They increase that lead to 3-1. On this play here is Brian Erickson, set up by Broughton and David Jensen. 3-1 for Team USA. Now watch Gordie Roberts, number 10, for the Americans, slides the puck right along the ice past Lindmark, and it's 4-1 at this point as Gordie Roberts strikes. Joe Mullen, a great individual effort down the left side, passes in front to Trottier, and Trottier has his second goal of the game. Look at it. There's Trottier firing it in. Brian Lawton makes it 6-1 for Team USA. And the seventh goal of the game was scored by David Jensen. Jensen capitalizing on this play here, moving on the left side, right in front, and that was the final score. Team USA, with Jensen getting the seventh goal. They'll play Team Canada on Monday to be televised on CTV. Final score, 7-1. John?
Canada Cup hockey on CTV. Trying to bang it back now. Swinging loose is Messier. Messier into the corner. Now Gretzky. Gretzky just parked back there. We've seen that before. Out in front, scores.
Well, there's a patented Gretzky move. We've seen it ever since he's been in the National Hockey League. He stands behind the net. I'm sure the Germans aren't used to this. They stood there waiting for him, and when you give Gretzky lots of time, he can either make a good pass or come out like he did there, and he stuck it high into the top corner. There he is walking out. The goalie goes down a little too soon, and the puck goes off his arm and up into the top corner.
Here he comes. Gretzky with Middleton. Middleton reaching for it. Contains it in his skate. Goes to the net. Clears it in front. Gretzky scores!
Well, there's another Wayne Gretzky goal. You see, Rick Middleton, he's a nifty little player. That's why they give him the nickname Nifty. He can handle the puck. He was coming in. It looked like he was going to make a deke on the goalie. He passed it out in front to Goulet, I guess it is. It goes off his skates right onto Gretzky's stick, and he shoved it in the open corner of the net.
You know, the key right. Good play by Middleton there. Here's Gretzky on a 2-on-1. Bourne moving in, gets it, and oh, what a play there. Made by goaltender Carl Friesen. They score. It was Tонелli.
That was a great shot. It was Mike Bossy that shot that puck. He's the type of guy who gets that puck in the slot there. You don't give him too many chances like that. He'll blow it right by you. It's nice to see Mike back playing. He had a little bit of a pain in his knee in training camp, and he's been resting it for the past week, and he looked pretty good in this shot.
Well, I tell you, the last thing in the world you want is getting in, or at least trying to get in, is Peter O'Brayza. And again, Canada collects the puck inside its own zone. Given up, O'Brayza, the shot, scores! O'Brayza with a clear steal right in the slot, and Germany is on the board.
Well, there was a case again of Canada making a little bit of a sloppy play. It came out to O'Brayza. He has a good shot. He shot it. Fear was starting to go down. It went right between his legs. And maybe that might give them a little bit of a lift. You know, they've been playing fairly well this period.
And fighting off a check, and again the Germans are right in on top of Team Canada. Now Tonnelli will try again, this time on the pass from Gartner. Gartner gets the return pass, the line, it scores! Hit the far post and into the net, and Canada goes ahead 4-1 on a blistering shot by Mike Gartner.
Well, I think he caught Friesen napping a little bit back in the crease. Mike Gartner has an excellent shot. He has good speed. He scores a lot of goals in the NHL coming off that wing. He caught it there. It just went inside the post for Friesen. I'm sure Friesen's not used to...
Rudger, but he deflected it just wide. Peter Stastny, that lead pass. Bossy's alone, scores! The one thing in the world you can't have happen to you.
Well, there's Mike Bossy again. When he gets in alone, he puts the puck in the net. Eddie Westfall mentioned earlier about Team Canada working on the left-hand side of the German defense, and I don't know if it's that they're that weak or the Canadians are that strong, because we have Middleton, who's a 45, 50-goal scorer. Gartner's a 40-goal scorer every
game. Here's Gretzky now breaking in. Gretzky cutting to the side of the net. Gretzky had it stripped away from him. Back out in the slot. Scores! Gretzky with a hat trick.
Quite a night
that's
for
quick.
Wayne Gretzky. Isn't it? He just picked up from where he left off last season in the Stanley Cup playoffs and throughout the season, and he's an opportunist. That's his third shot on goal and the third one that went in.
There it is, and take a look at the quickness now. Always in position.
Wayne made a nice quick move there, a real cute move, kind of threw his feet back into Anderson. He turned and pivoted. Anderson put it right back on his stick. A nice high.
Against the boards, headed around behind the net. Now Coffey, Tonnelly, rink wide out at center ice. Now Gartner getting a half a step on Hamer. Gartner shoots. They score. Got the top corner.
Well, there's Mike Gartner. That's the type of winger he is. He has great speed. He's been cutting around that defenseman all night, and a beautiful pass there. Laid it right on his stick. Cut inside the blue line.
Just has that
again,
shielded the puck nicely.
Upstairs on Friesen again. A number of goals.
Hefner's over the line now. Reindl, Hefner, Steiger, backhand, scores!
Steiger made an excellent shot there. That's something you don't see nowadays as much maybe as in the olden days. Excellent backhand shot, high into the top corner. Here he is cutting around the defenseman. High up in the top corner. A great hard shot for backhand. Tonight, there's been talk about he and Bossy the first time they're going to play against each other.
Are they exchanging notes or what there?
Well, they're probably congratulating each other.
Well, the both of them, of course, we know about Grant Fuhr and the young fellow.
The Montreal Forum between Czechoslovakia and Canada. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Right behind the net now. Karutov now picks up the puck once again. Past Makarov. Kazatonov, the captain, moves in. Cleared to Karutov. Back out in front. Makarov. A shot. Blocked. Rebound. He tries to get set. Rolls it through. They score. It was tapped in by Karutov as the defense got caught completely off balance, and for one of the rare times in this hockey game, they were running around a little bit.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot Hasek could do. Here's a perfect shot. It was blocked. The defenseman went down. He could not get up. Hasek maybe went down a little early. Passed the puck out. Makarov made a nice
zone. Lima coming back on the play. Lost the puck, and they score. Just a slight mishandling of the puck, and the Soviet Union capitalized so very, very quickly. And suddenly it's 2-0 on a goal by Mikhail Barnikov.
That's a big goal for the Russians right there. Young Klima had the puck. It was bouncing a little bit.
For the net now. Kamash is the man in front, but he couldn't get it to him. And the Soviet Union takes over once again. Out at center ice, leading the rush is Barnikov. Over the line, Barnikov along with Kubin. Out in front of it, they score! Good job by Tate. And the Soviet Union leads 3-0.
Well, there was a case of another 3-on-1 by the Russian team. Some great passing there. Right on the forehand. He shot it as soon as he got it.
So it's 3-0 now. Soviet Union leading. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, there's a look at it.
Barnikov makes a nice pass over to Kovin. The winger Skvortsov, he's all alone in front of the net. It's perfect.
Block here. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Whistle dead. And we'll have a face-off in the center ice zone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Now it's Messier. Messier clearing it rink wide. It can't get it through to Anderson. Langway now. The penalty is over. The teams are at even strength. And here's Langway carrying the puck himself. Alone in front. He scores! Great individual effort by Rod Langway.
And there was a real rush. Fellow rushing defenseman. Langway's really not noted for his offensive abilities. He's noted for his defensive abilities, but he made a great play in walking around the Canadian defenseman. He looked like a forward the way he picked the corner right upstairs. Right around Huddy there, up top. Made a great shot and a great play. That's going to give yesterday. He said he's feeling a little better tonight, but we'll see how much ice time he gets.
Housley just put it on Goulet's stick. They score! Middleton! Housley gave it away. Goulet to Middleton, and that's how quickly it could turn around.
And That was a mistake by Halsey. He tried to clear the puck. He was rushed a little bit by Gretzky. Goulet saw Middleton all alone in front of the net. Took a backhand pass out there. Goulet sees Middleton all alone. Middleton around the net. He's one of the better guys in the league. And
Got it a little sloppy in his own zone there. Whoa, look at that check. Trying to get out of his zone was Brian Bellows, and he took a hit from Mike Ramsey, and now Bellows is knocked down. They scored out of the other end. Just Canada, as both Bellows and Ramsey were battling back at the Team Canada line. It took the defenseman right out of the play.
Ramsey sacrificed a little bit to hit Bellows. It cost him. He got caught up the ice. Here's Wilson. It wasn't actually an overpowering shot, but it caught the...
Ahead now, Neil Broughton over the line. Eriksson, Broughton tried to deflect it in towards Brad Fuhr. Failed to do so. Now here's Aaron Broughton, rink wide. There's the shot. They score! And it's all tied up, and Brian Eriksson has got the goal. And Eriksson ties this hockey game up. He came very, very close earlier.
Aaron Broughton picks the puck up off the boards here. He spots Eriksson open on the far side. He makes a perfect shot.
The puck, you've got Power back there. He drives the puck in now all the way around the boards. It comes back for Bossy. Bossy back to Wilson now. Wilson driving it in. Scores! You can see it. They're trying to get the puck back to Wilson. That's the pattern.
Well, Wilson can shoot the puck as hard as anybody. Goulet's in front of the net doing his job. I think he tipped that puck through the legs of Barrasso. Bossy made a nice play along the boards, keeping control of the puck. When you give Wilson that much time to shoot the puck, you're going to be in trouble. You got it go here. There's Goulet right on the side of the net. Barrasso.
He clears it back in deep. Behind the net, Anderson. Anderson in front. They score. It went off a skate in front of the net, and Anderson will get the goal.
Well, there's a break. Team Canada had a few good chances before that. They didn't get the break they needed by hitting goalposts. They're just shooting wide. Anderson comes out from behind the net, shoots the puck, hits one of the defensemen's skate, goes in the net. Team Canada has been sending a forward to the net all night. There you see Bellows, I guess, is in front trying to stir it up with the defenseman.
Power play. As Trottier and Sutter, or at least and Johnson and Chelios. Right now it's Johnson into Trottier. They move it around nicely in front. They score. Oh boy, did they move that puck beautifully.
That was a nice play. That's a patented play by Brian Trottier. He and Bossy worked that play. All through their careers they've done that. Trottier makes a good play here, getting the draw, getting possession of the puck. That's what you want to do on a power play. He's off to the side of the net. Sees his winger all alone.
Member of the 1980 U.S. Olympic team that won the gold medal at Lake Placid. Former captain of the Winnipeg Jets. Here's Carpenter trying to get loose in front of the net, but Gretzky came in and covered up. Out to Ramsey. Ramsey shooting it through the crowd. Bouncing puck. That went off Robinson. They score! We've got a tie hockey game with 4:17 remaining. The United States has battled back.
And twice there, Team Canada has lost the face-off, and that's where they got into trouble. If you win your face-offs in your own end, you can get the puck out of there. There's a missed shot. Do not clear it. Didn't get a lot of wood on that puck. Back to the defenseman. Here goes down. The rebound's right there to put it in. Nice goal by Christian.
Well, Christian getting it. States 4. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Spazio. The Germans regain control. This is Berndaner. And offside called. Sorry about that. Ball's whistle, they score! I thought I heard a whistle, Howie, but
I heard a whistle just like you did, John, but I'll tell you, just again, tremendous forechecking. Watch this. The first German player in takes the man off the puck. He doesn't do anything but just take it off the puck and just plays it right on it.
Germany controlling in its own zone. The blue line not quite out. Meidinger couldn't get it. Now Trunska races in one-on-one. Trunska stops. Niftily scores. Trunska went to the backhand. How about that? A brilliant play, and really, it was all one man, Gerd Trunska.
I wish Daddy was here. Watch this spinner have a play, and this is done at its very best, and he practiced it in the warm-up as well, and the goaltender got
the Czech blue line, but Czechoslovakia there to take control once more. Loose puck picked up by Bloom. Bloom plays it over in the Right wing to Steiger. Steiger scores!
What a heck of a pass by Luke! Right in the air. Did Steiger let it go? And I'm not so sure that the goalie changed playing off. Hashtag should have challenged a lot more. I've been sitting here waiting to say in order for the Germans to make, look at that, in the air pass over the stick, and he just winds up and lets it go, and the goaltender, instead of coming...
To go in the third period at best.
All right, the Czechs quickly to the attack now as second period action is underway. In the center ice area, Czechoslovakia breaking in the shot. They score! Right off the bat, Zbazil of Czechoslovakia. Vladislav Zazil.
Hey, did he let that shot go? But again, watch the change of possession of the puck, and look at that pass right on Vasil's stick. He just goes in, the goaltender...
Slovakia, Germany fires it back into the Czech zone. Starting out now, Rausel for the Czechs. Or for Klima. Klima going in at the line. Good move as he gets around and scores. Peter Klima. What a brilliant goal that was. And the hockey game changes around rather quickly.
Well, I've seen that try in the National Hockey League 100 times, but this is the first time I've ever seen it work. Watch him drop the puck back onto his skate, kick it onto his right onto his stick, and oh, did he get rid of it in...
For Daner. And now Trunska for Germany. Trunska losing it. Here's a breakaway. Going in all alone. Igor Liba. Liba in. Takes the shot. Scores. It's all even. Costly mistake for the Germans there. It's 3-3. Igor Liba has the third goal of the night for Czechoslovakia.
Well, the big problem here is you got to back that man up. You just can't be even with him or ahead of him. And Liba just comes and runs into him, picks up the puck, and there's 3 German players caught. Now watch Liba go for the other side. He goes for the stick side this time and just picks it.
Out for Reindl over on the left side. Back for Hafner. In for Reindl. And right back out in front. They score! Hafner!
What a tremendous passing play. And there again, another simple basic rule. Broken. Hafner had the puck, drops it again. Someone had to take either one of them. Just watch this pass right back. No one picks up Hafner. Right under the stick. Right on Hafner.
The Czechs getting desperate, and more so by the moment. Lukács fired it high and wide. Once more a shot that time from Spazil, and out in front, back to the point. Winding out, they score!
Got it. They finally got one.
The shot from the point. Uvera fired from the point, and Friesen couldn't hold him out forever.
What did you think? They just won the national championship. Look at this. But the German team 3 times had possession of the puck, and they piddled around with it and finally dumped out the center. Just a nice little wrist shot in the general direction of the net.
Canada Cup hockey ahead on the Sports Network, TSN. 84.
Stelnoff again, a forward pass to Semenov. Semenov cutting around, and he lost the puck. It is back to the point now to Stelnoff. A shot. Oh, they score! A good shot. It came from the blue line. Sergei Staryakov let the shot go. We'll see if it was deflected from in front of the net.
It definitely was deflected, Ron. Staryakov had lots of time to slap the puck. It goes across. He just lets it go. A little bit of a screen. There's 2 or 3 players in front of the net. Goes off one of them between Peter Lindmark's legs.
To draw a check. Making a shot. It goes off the boards in the corner. Now watch the play of the Soviets. They have the man advantage now. They don't. The team's up. They score! Just as the penalty was up to Sweden. A goal by Makarov has pulled the Soviets in front by 2-0.
Kazatonov really makes the play here. Why the goal is scored is the shot is off the net. Makarov is in the right position. He gets a stick on the puck, is able to deflect it in behind Lindmark. The shot, here it is, it's wide. Makarov's in the right position. That's where coaches train all young players to be, so for rebounds or deflections. Individual efforts to come out because they've got a good game plan. They just got to stick by it.
Zubkov back behind his own goal. Failed to get it out. Here's it. Right over the glove side.
Peter Sundstrom in the right spot at the right time. Gets a slapper by Mushkin. He's a little surprised. The puck made a little bit of a funny bounce off the boards. Quick pass. Peter Sundstrom right in the right spot at the right time.
Peter Sundstrom was right in the opening Look at this move he makes.
Well, just turns and fires. That's a good play, Ron. Goaltender's a little surprised. Doesn't expect the shot that.
Puck is handed right onto the stick of Svetlov. Svetlov was checked from behind. Ken Nilsson doing some fancy stick handling in front of his own goal. He handed it. Oh, they score! Ken Nilsson was the goat on that. Sergei Svetlov scoring, taking a perfect pass. Unfortunately, the pass came from Kent Nilsson.
Well, Kent Nilsson tried to maybe manhandle the puck a little too much. Just gets a little check here, lose control of the puck. And the first thing you know, the puck is in behind Peter Lindmark. Kent trying to make a clean pass, goes off the heel of his stick. Svetlov's right there, by him. Peter Lindmark really had
point. Eriksson, a shot, stick save by Mushkin. Back behind the goal again, trying to draw a check, comes back again. Here is a drive, he scores! Bo Eriksson on a power play.
Bo Eriksson gets the puck on the point. That's a good shot goal. Screen, Michigan doesn't see a thing. It's by him. Swedes are right there again. They're still fighting. Little delay in the corner, back to Bo Eriksson. A lot of traffic in front of the net. That's why Michigan can't see the puck. High over his shoulder, top corner, in.
Canada Cup, 84.
In other Canada Cup action tonight in Buffalo, this is the game between USA and Czechoslovakia. The first goal of the game, Neil Broughton scoring from Aaron Broughton and Brian Eriksson at 5:15. Barrasso outstanding in the game. Watch the save here off Vincent Lukács from close range. Czechoslovakia ties it at 1. Lukács gets the goal. Liba's the player in front with the puck. It comes back. Lukács sends it into the net. It's a 1-1 tie. Lukács, one of the key figures for Czechoslovakia in this game tonight, getting the tying goal. And then Hasek makes a big save late in the period right here. And it ends 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. In the second period, Brian Lawton now watch as he hits the puck out of the air with his stick. Phil Housley took the shot, and Team USA moves in front by a score of 2-1. Then Brian Lawton came right back, his second goal in a row. And Team USA moves in front 3-1. A 2-goal lead as Brian Lawton, number 98, on the replay. And then Tom Barrasso makes a great save late in the period. And the USA holds on to the 2-goal lead. Then it was on to the third period. Lukács right in, and he scores. A standout in this game, Vincent Lukács of Czechoslovakia, 3-2. Then in the final 2 minutes of play, Lukács has another chance. It stopped. USA defeats Czechoslovakia by a score of 3-2. And here in...
And it'll be Sweden going on the power play to start this one. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Box has evened it up.
All right, so they're even strength right now and will be for 55 seconds or so. Here's Robinson ahead. Lead pass for Bossy, kicks it free. Here he comes down over the line now. Bossy with a great shot. There it is.
Here's a great play by Larry Robinson. He spots Bossy, he catches the defenseman flat-footed. Bossy gets in scoring position. He can put him away. He takes a look right between the legs.
Eldebrink wasting time here. Eldebrink, Anderson. This will drive a coach crazy. The two-man advantage and no shots. Back out for Anderson. Anderson set. The shot scores! Right along the ice. I don't think Peter saw it till the last instant.
Looked to me like Peter might have misjudged it a little bit. There's the forward, Team Canada forward. Might have screened him. Right between.
Here's Yzerman back inside his own zone. We're underway here in the second period. Both teams are at even strength and at full strength along the boards. Sweden trying to get loose. Working in there is Sandstrom. Out in front now. Here's a chance for Sweden, and he's hauled down. There's going to be a penalty, and it's scored on the play. There is a penalty being called, and Sweden believe that was young Thomas Sundstrom, who got it at the side of the net.
Here's Eklund all alone in front. He is pulled down. Pete Peters lying flat on his back.
From the face-off, Robinson clears it down into the Swedish zone along the boards, up against the boards. Wilson unable to get loose, tangled up against the boards with Stan. It's back over the line. That drifting shot bounces out of break, comes off the backboards. They score.
Well, the Swedes are getting a few breaks here, a few bounces their way. Watch, the puck is shot in, just inside the blue line. Right over the net, Pete Peters is down. The puck bounces off those boards like we talked about earlier. Larry tried to...
Gretzky, his shot into a crowd. He shot it high off Goulet. And against the boards, Goulet gets it again. Tries to tap it in front. Here's a shot. They score! Hockey!
All the Team Canada players are off the bench. That was a big goal for Canada at this point of the hockey game.
Paul Coffey just chipped it over the goaltender, but it was a nicely thought-out play.
Coffey comes all the way in from the blue line. Watch where he comes in from. He sees the opportunity, bats it down, and just whacks at it.
Bouncing puck. This is for Gardner, breaks in, and is hooked away from him, and is cleared off the boards. And Peters was unable to get out of the net, and then alertly left it at the side. They score! Well, Peters, I said, alertly left it and didn't touch the puck. And then suddenly, with a great deal of hustle, the Swedish forward got in there and put it into the empty net.
Peter had the right idea. He wanted to be called an icing so Canada would get a face-off in the other end. The Team Canada defenseman, I don't know who it was a little lax at getting back. Pete got in his way.
The final score once again, Sweden defeating Canada by a 4-2 final score. A goal late in the game. Canada tried to come back, but just failed. The final score, Sweden 4, Canada 2.
Very cautiously, too, by most teams. So, at the end of the first period, Bernhard Engelbrecht failed to clear it out. Right in front, here's a shot, and they score! Sergei Makarov.
You just can't let the Soviets give them room. One mistake and they really cost you. Bernhard Engelbrecht just mishandles the puck, and Sergei Makarov hops on it, moves in, takes the puck away, walks out. Right here, Engelhart should have just given him a little poke check. Instead, Makarov, being a smart player,
in the corner. There's only 10 seconds now remaining. Back it comes to Kasatonov, a shot, he scores!
Well, the key to that power play goal by Kasatonov, the Soviets just waited, kept passing the puck around, got the Germans a little out of position. Kasatonov lots of times lets the shot go, but the key is just the patience on the Soviets' part. The passing just gets the Germans running. This is exactly what young hockey players don't do, hang on the puck. Just set it up, get your chance, and when you let it go, everyone moves the net. The Soviets are right there for the rebounds, moving in. Engelbrecht.
Turning is Semyonov. Semyonov leaving it. Up in over the line. Juggling with it along the boards. In front, a shot, he scores! Semyonov, point-blank range. Another power play goal.
Well, if you don't know where to go on the ice, go to the middle of the ice in front of the net, because sooner or later the puck's going to come there. German team makes a mistake. Just a little dump pass out front. Semyonov is right on the
bench, carrying it in over the line, trying to clear it, was Medikas. It was intercepted. The right side sees Svetlov coming down and over the line. Back in front, loose puck, a shot, he scores! Anatoly Semyonov.
Well, you allow the Soviets to take the center of the ice. All three forwards go to the net. You just can't allow this to happen. The speed of the Soviets will definitely beat you to the outside, and Svetlov going to the open ice, little drop pass, following up on the play. Engelbrecht goes down.
Shot off the boards, over on the right side by Marcus Kuhl. A bouncing puck, handled with ease. Up over the line, Larionov carrying the puck right in front, a shot, oh, and another one. Save, the goal light goes on. And the Soviets score again. Let's take another look at that.
the quick passing play of the Soviets, Larionov, Krutov, and Makarov. Little drop passes. The German defensemen just commit themselves. Big save there by Engelbrecht, and then the rebound.
Sergei Sterakov and number 9, Vladimir Krutov.
Here's a break. Coming down over the line. Here's Makarov, and running shoots. He scores!
The speed of the Soviets again. Good pass by Krutov. Makarov with that speed walked in, and Engelbrecht back then that little bit. Just pulls away. The good pass by Krutov, the good speed by Makarov, and just hangs on the puck. Upstairs, little hole. But
goals now as they've exploded here in the third period. Out to the center ice area. At the line is Svetlov. Svetlov coming right in. He shoots. He scores!
Svetlov, strong hockey player, just hung on the puck, hung onto it. The defenseman committed himself, left his feet. When any time a defenseman leaves his feet, he's caught. And with the speed of Svetlov, the defenseman just gets behind, leaves his feet. The key is he just hung on.
Right side, Vasiliev. Vasiliev coming right in front. Oh, and Engelbrecht had to be quick on that. Here they go again. A shot, he scores! Vasiliev has scored, and now it is 7-0.
Well, Vasiliev wasn't even with his team when they came over from the Soviet Union. He was picked up after an injury. The passing play around the German net.
17 seconds remaining. Trying to get out, lost the puck right in front, and Sickney just moved it away. Another shot, he scores! Right in front! And look at this crowd. Michael Betts scoring.
Well, that's one of maybe the few shifts for Michael Betts tonight. Jolly on the spot. The puck works its way over behind the net, and the Soviet defense just caught napping a bit, sort of letting the game just sort of float by. And
are dominating Germany. Final score, the USSR 8, Germany 1. The lone German goal scored by Betts in the dying seconds of the hockey game. And Don Edwards, if we could... Germany no score. Canada Cup 84.
Coach would have something to say about it.
That's to lead. His shot hit a leg. Here's another shot. They score! Max Naslin.
Well, Naslin got shot, left open. Shot from the point comes in. He just happened to delay and stand back. Got the rebound. Nats is just hanging off. Circles, gets the puck. Carl Friesen, a little off balance, gets to his feet. But as you can see, the German defenseman goes down to try and block it.
Lost it out in front. A bouncing puck. A shot!
Well, some sloppy play by the Swedish defense, and Lindmark is very, very upset about this goal because he stopped the first pass, and there was just no one there to take anyone out. Here comes the pass out. Peter Lindmark makes good play, gets a stick on the puck, and the Swedish defenseman just skates right by him in a little soft backhander, and Lindmark gets caught back in the net.
Peter Sundstrom. Loose puck is poked away by Druid. They score!
Some good forechecking by the German team here, working the puck in behind the net, and the centerman of the Swedish team just doesn't help out. Both defensemen get caught in behind the net. A real mistake, and the big play by Gertmeitner coming over from behind the net goes to a hole, and all of a sudden he's got a wide open net. The forechecking, just the German team just being pesky, and just no one watching the puck, and if you can't see the puck...
Puck is along the boards. Right in front, a quick shot, he scores! What a goal!
Good wrist shot by Thomas Steen, and the work of Kent Nielsen in the corner. Thomas Steen of the Winnipeg Jets, that's his first goal of the series. Left wide open in the slot here, just can't do this. Little quick pass here by Kent Nielsen, but the big play was just a quick snapshot by Thomas Steen, and it's in the top corner.
Back end, almost cleared out, but not. Here's Nielsen, a shot, he scores! A power play goal!
Well, a little poor clearing by the German team, and Kent Nielsen keeping the puck in, and Hakanlu being jolly on the spot, knocked down here by Kent Nielsen. A little quick pass to Hakanlu off the side of the net, and doesn't have a chance, Carl Friesen.
Covering coming down, in over the line, right in front, a backhand, Friesen, they score! Friesen was down.
Well,
covered up.
Well, Mats Naslund makes the play here with Ben Oak Gustafson. Just break in, sort of a 2-on-1, sort of a little bit of a screen and sort of a decoy. Defenseman gets caught, and I think the defenseman knocks his puck in. Carl Friesen makes a save and helping out the youngsters, but at the same time, it's only a country
defense or a good defense. We saw it there. They stood up at the blue line and they stopped.
And Sutter will take the draw now. From the face-off, along the boards, Tonnelli turning with it. Tonnelli in front, Sutter scores! Tonnelli set that one up.
All the Team Canada guys are off the bench. There was a play where Sutter got the face-off, back to the defenseman. Watch here, the Czechs do not line anybody up against the boards over where Tonnelli is. He makes a perfect pass out, Sutter stuffs it in.
Robinson, Canada's on the power play. Robinson along with Bork over for Tonnelli. Tonnelli's teeing it up. Now gets it back to Robinson. Robinson to Bork. Bork's a good playmaker. Tonnelli shot the puck, scored! Bossy got the goal!
That's what Canada has to be doing. They have to be shooting the puck. You noticed in other games they played earlier in the series, they were getting those type of chances, but they weren't going in. The puck was either bouncing or they couldn't get. Here's a perfect pass across to Tonnelli. He lets it go in all in one motion. I don't know if Bossy tipped it. The chances.
And running into a frustration that many have run into over the last year or so, Tom Barrasso. Here's Canada breaking it out in front. Gretzky couldn't reach the pass, but Middleton's got it. Rebound, shot it, scores! Middleton got his own rebound.
Middleton was left all alone here. He picks up a puck, good backhand, chips in his own rebound.
Now Bork in deep. Messier, quick shot, scores! Quick the far side, 4-0 Canada. Good wrist shot.
That's Messier. He's good at coming down the wing, on his off wing. Puts the puck on his forehand. I don't know if Hasek was ready or not. Messier just lets a quick, hard wrist shot go low into the bottom corner. Hasek caught maybe a little flat-footed, but a good shot.
Redina to the side of that. Out in front, there's Klima. Oh, and he shot it, he scores! And Czechoslovakia is on the board.
Very nice play here. Canada loses the puck along the boards. Klima's alone.
Good setup there by Rosso.
All alone in front of the net. He picks the top corner. Good shot. Lemelin might have went down a little early.
Goulet, Leba slides out to Svozil. Behind the net, Svozil with Middleton on top of him. Middleton pokes it free. Gretzky into the corner. Out in front. Here's a shot. Great work by one Middleton, two Gretzky, and the good backhand to put it in by Goulet.
And there again, Canada gets on the Czechoslovakian defense. They make them cough up the puck. Gretzky, as we all know, is a super player in behind that goal line, in behind the net. He sees Goulet all alone out in front. Nice backhand in between the...
Over the line now, getting set, he fanned on it! What a chance for Gartner, and he fanned on the puck as he tried to get the shot away. Coffey, the shot, off the puck, they score! Gartner, I believe, put his stick on it. Either Gartner or Bourne, they were both in front of the net.
First of all, there was a great play at center ice by young Steve Yzerman. He sees the speed of Gartner. Gartner's coming a little bit from behind. He draws it forward to him. Gartner's in on loan. That resulted in the play getting into the Czechoslovakian end. There's Bossy shooting like he has been. They can win that hockey game.
Anderson rink wide off the elbow there. And in front now, Stastny alone. He gets set, shoots, scores! Peter Stastny, and boy, this is a moment in Peter's life.
Isn't that great to see? Peter's been criticized a little bit somewhat throughout the camp of maybe being a little bit of a slow starter. He made a beautiful play on his former country here. Here's a nice pass by Anderson. He gets control of the puck. Peter breaks for the opening. Has a look. Makes a beautiful deke. Schindels right up.
Gretzky was waiting for it. Never got to him. Huddy. Far side. Coffey. Going back again, and Liba out in front, but shot, they score. Coffey got trapped, and Canada gives up a short-handed goal as Savozil was parked right in front of the net all alone.
Charlie Huddy threw the puck over to Coffey. I don't think Coffey was expecting it. Liba jumps in front of him and makes a perfect pass out to have on their hockey club that they had to come through. They had their tough luck throughout the series earlier. Maybe they're over that now and on to better things ahead of them.
There's the standings. Now, the top 4 will make the playoff round, of course, and Team 1 would play Team 4. Now, don't forget that the USA is going to play the Soviet Union, so the Soviets
play the 20-minute periods without a whistle, and they'll really test you physically. Here we go, John.
Underway at Northlands in Edmonton. Team America fires it into the Soviet zone. And it's a shot from the point by Chelios. Now the Soviets take over. Kazatonov, number 7, for Larionov. And it's in across the United States blue line. Larionov going after it for the Soviet Union. Soviets in control, back of the net, right out in front, and they score quickly. It looked like Tom Barrasso got out of position there. And the Soviets are on the scoreboard in the opening 40 seconds.
Well, I'll tell you something. I was watching one play, and I expected it to come out the way. This is the hidden ball trick right here. Look at it. There's the Soviet player. He just lost the puck, and the Soviet player going the opposite way. Just take a look at this. And the Soviets did send 3 players in. That was the key. They forechecked, and the Soviet player coming with the puck.
Quick goal just 22 seconds in, and the Soviets have a 1-0 lead on the United States. This is Canada Cup 84 on TSN. And Ed Olchuk had an opportunity, but that time it couldn't get through the Soviet defense. Soviets right back, a backhand shot right in front, they score! How quickly they can make it happen. The Soviet Union into a 2-0 lead.
Just watch this Soviet team explode out of their own zone. This is the fella here. He really motored. Now he makes the pass to the man, to the trailer, way back out on the blue line. All right, now he'll throw it out in front, and Barrasso goes down, doesn't play it with his stick at all. He had to be standing up, playing with his stick in an effort to make that second attempt. Now, there's no way in the world he should be falling down and reaching with it with his glove. And number 9.
Gortsov losing it to Olchek. Olchek backhands it to the center ice zone. Soviets reclaim and head back behind their own line. Now, here's an opportunity for the Americans. Long shot, scores! Mike Ramsey! Mike Ramsey walked in all alone on the left side. Makes it 2-1.
Well, there's one of those cross-ice passes, and Ramsey read it coming, and he just moves in. You never move a puck. You shouldn't move a puck across ice like that, but he just let that shot go, and the goaltender, Mushkin, for some reason or other, let it go, and that is some kind of a shot. It didn't hit the stick at all. Oh, right on that far side, and Mushkin certainly had to be on his feet and attacking that puck a lot quicker than he did.
And up and over the glass, so we'll whistle it down there. 4:03 to play in the third period. Face-off in the American zone. So the crucial face-off will be to the right of Vladimir Mushkin. Trache does win the draw. Back for Langway. Langway clears it in front just wide. And Chelios moving in. Chelios shot. And the Soviets regain control in their own zone and dump it out. 4 seconds on the clock, and that will be the old ball game. Langway, one futile shot all the way down the ice. And the Soviets hang on to a 2-1 lead over the United States. An entertaining hockey game. The Americans came in. Orava gets a shot right on. And the save by Valicello. Liba. Back for Liba. Liba banks one in. Igor Liba in combination there with Svazil. Really looked like it trickled in off another stick.
Yes,
Liba taking the shot.
It certainly did. It hit a Swedish stick in front of the net, but I'm there saying, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. He didn't shoot it there. Look, he made this little pass, and instead of backhanding it, he just gave it right back to him. A give and go, and it did hit the stick in front.
From the Swedish player, Steen. Now, checks on the power play. Try and get something going here. Kamish, number 23. Working with Brausel. Here's Kamish going in neatly and scores. Vladimir Kamish. How about front of the net, made it look rather easy that time, and a 2-0 Czechoslovakian lead. Vladimir Kamish.
Just watch this. It somehow or other developed into a one-on-one. Kamish on the Swedish defenseman. Right here, he'll take the big wheel around and come right up through the middle. But just watch the fake he gives the defenseman. Watch him drop his head and look at the puck. Look, he played the puck, and oops, where'd he go? It just went in and took it from his backhand.
Winding up. Celine over to the other side. Eriksson, Bo Eriksson has it go off the skate. Working out in front, backhand shot, they score! Sweden finally on the board. Atkinson, number 22. Went to the backhand, made it look nice.
Well, there was a scramble in front of the net, and everybody fishing for the puck and nobody taking anybody else. Atkinson just comes in, and there's the shot, the original shot. Now watch, everybody just goes and plays around with it. There's no bodily contact at all. He picks up the puck, takes it.
Now for Sweden, Bo Eriksson. Team Sweden out with Nielsen. In behind the Czech defense, couldn't take the pass that time. This is Håkan Loob for Sweden. Loob trolling in right out in front, scores 15. Håkan Loob set it up beautifully. Thomas Dean has evened the count.
Well, you have to give all the credit for that goal to Håkan Loob. Dean was sure in the slot and home free, and one time it did perfectly. But Håkan Loob was the fellow that went into the corner, retrieved the puck, and hung on to it long enough to spot Steen in front. Just look at him come out of the corner. All that Czech player had to do was skate into him, and that was all over. But nope, he just made a great glove save on the short side. I'd try that Schindel as well.
Oh, there it is, it's in. Just trickled across the line. It'll be a power play goal. But Schindel is not pleased about it, Howie. Just as we got back to the live action. So, Team Sweden into the lead.
Well, they probably put a hex on the guy. There's a deflected shot. He went to play it with his stick, and I guess he didn't have much of it.
The attack, that was Gustafsson. Now right up in front for Sundstrom, and he puts it home. Patrick Sundstrom gives Sweden a 2-goal lead.
Well, a little earlier on, I said I thought that Sundstrom hadn't played well and Gerdine hadn't played well. I guess that's all I have to say about these fellas. I'll talk to the Vancouver people. I hope to do their television this year. When the two guys are
Canada Cup, we don't know exactly who they'll be playing, but once again, the final score in Vancouver tonight, Sweden 4.
Period. Germany versus the USA. Gets it back in front, and failing to get a shot away was Bob Brook. Here's a drive, they score! Taking a pass to Bob Brook. What a shot!
Well, Dave Christian left wide open, and he just sort of backs off. The German defense gets running around, and Bob Brook makes a perfect pass to Dave Christian, and he puts it in a perfect spot. It's up high. Carl Friesen goes down, hits the top shelf.
Christian. Rink-wide pass on the right side for Brian Eriksson. He was stopped. Passing over the line, a shot. Let that one go, and Glenn Rex was rather casual, Don, to put it mildly.
Well, if you see the puck come in, Kuhl sort of breaks to the net, and Mike Ramsey just sort of lunges at the puck here as it comes in, and Kuhl just lets the shot go. Seems to hit the defenseman's stick, and Chico just seems to fan on a little.
Given heavily into the boards by Berndanner. Back to center ice. Puck is taken there by Trunska. Trunska, a forward pass to Michael Betzik.
A little bit of sloppy play by the U.S. defense, and Michael Betts is left wide open here. There's the U.S. running around. Betts wide open, walks over to him. Good hard shot. Chico comes out and challenges, seems to beat him in the 5-hole.
Gerd Trunska. The time, 15:42.
15:42, the time of that goal now. We'll see what the USA does. Right in front, he scores!
It's a combination of Eddie Olachuk and Brian Lawton teaming up here. Good work by Ed Olachuk in the corner. Brian Lawton walks in from the
penalty. The USA has the man advantage. Trottier stole the puck. Trottier for Joe Mullen. In front for Trottier, a shot. They score!
Carradine must have thought that puck was loose, and the U.S. players did too. Brian Trottier shows his strength here. The puck comes off the boards. Trottier just waiting in front, shows his strength, fighting with the German defenseman. Mark Johnson standing there waiting for
Friesen. Back into the corner, looking to center it out in front. The puck is loose. A scramble, knocked down, and Brian Locke couldn't get a shot. Now they score! Friesen down on the ice.
the aggressive forechecking of the U.S. line of Aaron and Neil Broughton and Brian Erickson. Slowly, they just keep working around the net, getting the Germany team a little disorganized. Puck comes open the side of the net. Erickson lets go a shot, and Aaron Broughton's right there. Slap, another shot.
Neil Broughton gets the goal for the United States. Mark Johnson for Trottier. Right back to Chelios, a drive. Friesen to save the backhand, he scores! Mark Johnson!
The play of Mark Johnson in front of the net. German defense just get a little disorganized, and again, Chris Chelios shoots the puck from the point here. Pass comes over Brian Trottier. Chelios gets a little shot. Friesen makes the first save, goes down. And Mark Johnson just left all alone, and the German center is standing there. I just don't know why he takes him. Maybe it's just the inexperience. And
carrying it up to center ice now. This is Trunchka. Trunchka in over the line, dropped it back to Meitinger. Back into the corner, back to the blue line for a power play goal.
Well, Niederberger gets the Germans too closer. Chico Resch just seemed to miss it a bit. Had good sight of the puck. Niederberger, puck comes out of the corner. Just waits. Action is a little hassle in front of the net. Chico just loses sight of the puck, and all of a sudden it's right there. Chico makes a move between the arm and the body.
Loose puck bounces out to center. Penalty is up, in over the line. Here's Neil Broughton right in front. Oh, and failing to get a shot away was Aaron Broughton. Neil Broughton again, a shot, he scores! With Friesen on his knees, Neil Broughton fires.
Well, Aaron Broughton, patience pays off here. The work of the two brothers, Aaron and Neil, and all of a sudden, German defense gets a little rattled here. They lose their positioning. When you lose your position, you start running. Aaron Broughton gets one chance, fans on it. Neil just waits. German defenseman makes a mistake, goes down, starts
in over the line, and a save by Resch. Back into the corner. Coming in to take the puck. Gerd Trunchka along the board. Medicus a drive, he scores! Medicus right in front and went back. And getting a quick shot away from Medicus was Holger Meitinger.
Well, Meitinger, just a good quick shot here. Defense goes out, takes the body. Chico's going down. Puck seems going over.
The referee just waited a second. And so, the final score in Calgary, USA 6.
On CTV. Now the Soviets on the attack. Rutov to the line now as they crisscross. Here's his shot. He scores! Rutov on a power play with 38 seconds left, and it's 1-0 Soviet.
Rutov picked that puck up at center ice, had lots of speed. The Team Canada defenseman got caught inside the blue line a little bit, backed in. And he just has all the time in the world to shoot it. Right over the shoulder of Reggie Lemela.
Out past Gretzky to center ice. Gretzky gets it again, but he just doesn't get free. Now Sports off at center ice. He's checked. Break. To Gretzky. Gretzky to the line. Feeds it through. Here's Middleton going in. The shot. He scores! Well, there's Wayne Gretzky's father watching all of this, and he's celebrating right along with a big crowd here at the Northlands Coliseum.
That's a big boost for Team Canada to get that next goal. Gretzky makes a nice little dump pass here to Middleton. And he takes a look. Tishnik comes way out of his net, but Middleton just slides.
Now, Mossy shooting it in there to crowd in front of the net. Sutter reaching for it. Sutter in front. Mossy shoots it. They score! Tonnelli!
Here we keep the puck, and the Soviets are trying to tie up our forwards. Tonnelli and Sutter just keep working at it. The puck bounces loose, the goalie's down.
Overskated it. Mossy inside the zone. He can't reach it. Pitching in from the point is Zubkov. Zubkov with Karutov out in front. They roll it through. They score, Karutov. At great speed around the net. And it set up Karutov in front for his second goal of the game.
Soviets put a lot of pressure on our defenseman on our end here, controlling the puck. There's Karutov just standing all alone.
Tonelli's over the line. Tonelli with Bossy catching up, going for the front of the net, cleared in front. Bossy couldn't reach it. As Billy Letinov shoots it through center ice. Down over the line, Vasilyev. Still with that puck now is Koshevnikov. Koshevnikov clearing it in front. Reaching it for it there was Vasilyev. He's got the puck now. Vasilyev in a crowd. Scores! And I don't think that Lemelin saw that at all. He did not move on it, and the Soviets have taken a 3-2 lead.
Reggie Lemelin did not move until the puck was in the net. The defenseman was standing in front of him here. Don't know that he was expecting the shot. There he is there. The puck,
like it may have gone off a leg in front, too. So it's 3-2. The Soviets leading. They have controlled early going here in this period, but penalties have hurt Team Canada. Now Canada coming back once again. At the line, they try to work it over the line. That's Messier. Messier unable to control it now. Svetlov over the line. Good move there. Yashin goes in. They score. Yashin set that one up. And the defense pitching in. Zubkov. And shocking suddenness, it is now 4-2.
Well, there was a beautiful play by the Soviet forwards. Yashin. He catches Bork, hops over him, passes on the forehand, and that's Boss. He didn't get control to shoot the puck.
Out of center ice now, down to the line it comes. Shepelev shooting it in. They score! Off the wing comes Varnikov, and it is 5-2. Well, they came in over the line and very quickly got behind the defense. Number 19, Varnikov.
Well, he makes a great shot there. There was again.
Goulet digging it out. There's Middleton cutting across ice. He knocked that down. He would have had a clear path. Middleton on his knees, flipping it into Gretzky. He's got Goulet in front. Out in front. They score! Goulet!
Goal at this time of the game. There's Middleton at center ice. Really works hard to stay on side there. Bounces the puck ahead. Nice play by...
They clear it in front of the net. Anderson moves in. Comes back to the line. Is chopped in front of the net. And clearing it out now with an open net to shoot at. Kasatonov ahead for Makarov. He shoots. He scores. And it's 6-3 with 19 seconds remaining.
Well, we know we're going to face the Soviet Union in the semifinal. We know we're going to win the Canada Cup. We're going to have to beat them.
Joy reigns supreme, right?
Yeah. Maybe we're better off playing them in a one-game semifinal. We only have to beat them once that way.
Well, there it is. Wide open net. Second shot on goal for the Soviets. Canada has had just 16. They've had territorial edge in this period, but been unable to really find much room. Canada, the points total, 5 points for Canada, Sweden with 6. And that loss to Sweden is the one that we'll be looking back on, I guess, as we go into the playoffs. And Canada now faced with playing a sudden death game.
Švédsko 0-0. Ve švédském dresu jsou Erikssonové 2. Šance Švédů a je to gól. 1-0 pro Kronur, 6. minuta úvodní třetiny. Počkáme si na toho střelce, který se tam dostal ke kotouči. A je to druhý gól, tentokrát ten. 2-0 pro Švédy, stále ještě 6. minuta. Tak to je nečekaná sprcha. Další chyba zámořského mužstva v obraném pásmu. A ten překvap. Sandström a málem vlastní gól. Ještě Eklund a je to gól. Ano, Švédsko vede 3-0, červené světlo za brankou svítí. Takže v době, kdy naskočila už 12. minuta první třetiny, Švédové zvyšují své vedení na 3-0 autorem starali o európske finále tohoto turnaja, sa naplňujú. Ďalšia možnosť Švédov, 2 proti Langvejovi. Eklund výborne prihral ľúbový gól. Minúta, stále ešte 12. minúta. Tu je dvojica Švédov, ktorá sa dostala v strednom pásme k puku, do breaku. Dobrá kľúčka na Langveja, dobrá prihrávka Kenta Nilssona. Anderson. A je to gól. Jeho autorem Sten, ktorý střílí dnes svou druhou branku. Švédové tedy využívají poprvé v zápase přesilovou hru a v době, kdy začala 11. minuta druhé třetiny, po tomto zámku vystřelil Anderson a Sten před brankou Tečova. Lauton stratil puk a opäť majú možnosť Švédi. Po dvojici idú proti jednému obrancovi. Patrik Gradin. Je tam gól. Kapitán švédskeho týmu Tomáš Gradin. V 12. minúte druhej tretiny dáva 6. švédsky gól po tejto prihrávke Patrika Sundströma. Vzorná spolupráca. Langvej. Chelios a je to gól. A jeho autorem je Lauton. 4. minuta závěrečné třetiny. Chelios vypálil od modré, Lindmark stačil vyrazit, ale nikým to dotáhl dnes až na 6 a rázem je, co se týká gólu, nejproduktivnější ve švédských barvách. Další šance Eldebrinka, Télinova gól. 7-1. Druhá využitá přesilová hra. Obránce Matt Télin střelil svůj první gól na kanadském poháru. V ktorej sa nachádza zo skóre 1-7 vo svoj neprospech. V druhé semifinále, ako ste si pred chvíľočkou mohli prečítať, bude Calgary. Američania však znižujú po obliehaní švédskej brány a Olčík dáva v 11. minúte. Tu je Carpenter, backhandovou strelou sa snažil prekonať švédskeho brankára, ten vyrazil jeho strelu, ale Olčík dorazil do pravého. Ako zdela, ako zvykneme vravieť, ale nepresná. Sten. Ešte švédska preslovka trvá a má možnosť Lúb ju využiť a využíva. Håkan Lúb dáva svoj tretí gól v dnešnom stretnutí. Krátko pred návratom vylúčeného Loutna k radosti trénera Leifa Borka dáva Håkan Lúb 8. švédsky gól. Švédi vedú 8-2. Sten. Nilsson. A Langvej si dal vlastný gól. Bude pripísaný samozrejme niekomu inému, Nilssonovi, pravdepodobne tak, že Kent Nilsson sa predsa len zapíše do streleckej tabuľky. Tu získal puk pri mantineli, dostal sa do stredu, pred bránu, vystrelil, Langvej snahe jeho strelu tečovať mimo. 10 sekúnd, kde je puk. Olčík ho má na hokejke, ale iba na chvíľočku. Švédi vyhadzujú do stredného pásma. Ramsey. Je tu záver stretnutia. Semifinálového stretnutia Švédsko, Spojené štáty americké. Z tohoto pohľadu sa pozrime na tento súboj, lebo v ňom Švédi zvíťazili 9-2 po tretinách. 4-0, 2-0 a 3-2.
C'est la Coupe Canada 84 qui se poursuit dans un moment. On est au TVA. La rondelle lui reviendra. On établit la stratégie par derrière le filet. C'est Robinson à Coffey. Coffey poursuit sa course, remet devant. Et là, c'est le but de John Tonnelly.
Et ça lui revient, Jean. Ça lui revient. C'est un but qui jette l'euphorie dans le public. On l'attendait, la foule qui était devenue soudainement silencieuse. Ce but qui est marqué à 7 minutes 17 et le bord de l'équipe canadienne s'est vidé. D'abord, l'attaque amorcée par Robinson, la descente de Coffey. Il a parcouru toute la patinoire et la belle passe devant. Tonnelly, lui, arrive tel un véritable char d'assaut, comme il le fait souvent. En voilà un qui a donné tout ce qu'il avait durant ce tournoi. Il est récompensé ce soir par ce but marquant l'avantage numérique. Mishkin n'a pas eu le temps de réagir. C'est Tonnelly qui est entré en flèche devant lui pour saisir la passe qu'a jeté Paul Coffey devant le filet. Et
il reste 35 secondes à la pénalité à Robinson. 1-0 toujours en faveur de l'équipe du Canada. Là, c'est Semyonov vers Svetlov et le but! Il restait 27 secondes à la pénalité à Robinson. Donc les deux buts jusqu'à maintenant ont été réussis lors d'avantages numériques.
Voilà la descente de Semyonov qui attire les deux défenseurs vers lui, descend le champ libre à Stelnov et c'est le tir du revers qui passe par-dessus l'épaule. Voilà, c'est Svetlov, c'est-à-dire qui repousse la rondelle par-dessus l'épaule de Pete Peters. Et regardez Semyonov qui entraîne les deux défenseurs de l'équipe canadienne avec lui. Alors c'était un premier lancer, encore une fois, dans ce jeu de puissance exécuté par l'équipe soviétique. Et
tout comme Peter Stastny. À deux maintenant en zone adverse. Makarov et il marque! Un but qui jette la consternation dans le Stade Dome. Et Makarov avec de belles feintes s'est moqué littéralement de Robinson pour finalement marquer.
Là, la descente de Makarov, il fait prendre une tasse de café à Robinson, il lui donne le champ libre et la fête ensuite, il déjoue Pete Peters. Et les Soviétiques viennent de prendre les devants dans le match. Et on le sentait venir. Encore une fois, descente absolument éblouissante de la part de Makarov et amorcée par Krutov qui d'abord a l'air sa propre.
À Gretzky, passe devant, et Middleton, et Gretzky passe devant à Wilson, il tire, et le but!
Eh bien, ça n'a pas été fait avec une note très artistique, mais c'est fait dans le style du hockey canadien, avec le cœur, l'ardeur, le courage, la bourbe qui va obstruer la vue de Mishkin. Tout ça a commencé par le double effort de Gretzky, le lancer de Wilson, l'arrêt de Mishkin, la rondelle finalement en twist derrière lui, l'égalité créée à deux reprises. Gretzky est venu chercher la rondelle derrière le filet, a rappliqué devant et s'apercevant qu'il était absolument incapable de déjouer Mishkin, a servi la passe à Wilson. Wilson s'est aperçu que Bourne a poussé.
Là, on se met à deux. C'est Svetlov qui perd. Il reste 5 secondes. Là, c'est Sutter. Tonnelly et voilà qui met un terme à la troisième période de jeu et les joueurs devront regagner leur vestiaire et ils se sont vraiment épuisés pendant tout ce temps-là. Ils devront...
Les tirs au but par l'équipe canadienne en troisième période, 8 pour un total de 35 jusqu'ici. Ça, c'est assez inhabituel dans le cas de Michel Goulet parce qu'avec 8 lancés, il a l'habitude.
Le long de la rampe, là c'est fait. Là... Un tir par-dessus la cage. Qu'est-ce qu'il a raté? Trop attendu. Et but! Ça fait!
Mishkin n'avait plus de bateau. Et là, regardez-moi. C'est la joie dans l'équipe de Canada. qui a touché la partie supérieure du filet. Et encore une fois, Tonnelly, voici est demeuré ébranlé sur le jeu à l'écart de tous les autres. Il a du mal à rejoindre le groupe. Et encore une fois, Jacques, le travail de John Tonnelly, dont ils n'ont pas aimé le travail particulièrement sortant. Mais voilà, regardez-moi le jeu. La passe qui revient à Campy et c'est le lancer qui passe par-dessus la tête de Mishkin qui n'a absolument rien vu. D'abord, le premier tir de Campy un peu plus tôt. Regardez le jeu de Tonnelly. Il était arraché cette rondelle de deux joueurs soviétiques qui cherchaient à l'immobiliser le long de la clôture. La passe à Campy, le lancer est haut, le trafic est lourd. Il y a trop de monde devant lui. Le disque est au fond de la cage. C'est la victoire de l'équipe canadienne. Le Canada qui passe en finale contre la Suède. La Suède qui ne voulait pas voir l'équipe de Glenn Sather en finale.
Eh bien, pour Campé, c'est son 9e point du présent tournoi.
The first period, this is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Canning it, trying to get it to Tonnelli. Couldn't, it didn't reach him. Bouncing puck, quick shot, short, they score on the rebound. And Sweden has gone ahead on a power play goal. Håkan Lube got his own rebound. He got behind the defense on that play. Here it comes. Follow the bouncing puck.
There it is. The rebound comes out, feet's down, and Lube shoots it in.
We're out there with Lowe right now. Lowe gets the return pass off the board, shoots it in. Hustling it after it now. Messier out in front. Quick shot, he scores! Mike Gardner, beautifully set up by Mark Messier.
Well, that's where the speed comes in there. Messier beat the defenseman in the corner for the puck. Takes it on his back end and throws it right out to Mike Gardner.
Mike Gardner, the Washington Capitals, here it comes.
There's Messier with his speed, having a little luck. Threads the needle. Perfect play.
Here's the shot right on. The rebound comes right back out to Goulet. That's one with that quickness. It's clear to center ice, and here's Middleton racing it after it. Now Middleton going in alone. He shoots. He scores!
What a great individual effort here by Middleton. He races for the puck, just flips it over the guy's stick, jumps over him.
At center ice for Lowe. Lowe back in the far side where Bork clears it around the boards. Gretzky lets it go. Lowe's got it. Lowe behind the net for Gretzky. Gretzky out in front. The quick shot in a crowd. Bouncing puck. They score. Gretzky, the key to that was the way Gretzky played it in his skates behind the net.
Well, that's where Wayne's so effective in behind the net, getting that pass out to Goulet. Goulet has been having a tough time scoring. Last game he had 10 shots on goal. He gets the first shot away, it's blocked. He's there to pick up his rebound again. There's Middleton right in front
on it. Out comes Goulet. Gretzky, back to Goulet. They're on the move now as Bourne gets the lead pass, the shot, and a rebound, they score! Michel Goulet, his second goal of the night, and his fifth of the tournament.
Way down at the other end at the blue line, Gretzky pulls a little hook on the defenseman to cause a 2-on-1. Here's the shot by Bork, wide, bounces right on to Goulet's stick, and it's in the net.
5,000 mark for the tournament. So make the Eagle very happy. Puck inside the blue line now. Here's Lube getting set, clears across ice, scores! Lube, good setup across ice for Thomas Steen, and it's a 4-2 hockey game.
Well, this line here we were talking about earlier, they're the most offensive line for the Swedes. Here, Canada makes a little mistake inside their own zone, getting trapped. Lube passes it across right on the forehand of Steen.
Just gets it to the line. He was checked from behind, and it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone again. Coffey. Here he comes. The lead pass. Gretzky now on a breakaway. Gretzky shoots it. Score! That is the first goal for Gretzky since the first game of this tournament.
His hat trick against Germany. There Wayne was. He snuck in behind the defenseman. He's right at the red line. Straddles the red line. He's off the board.
A step on Erickson.
Picks the corner beautiful. Just inside.
We're the first game of this Canada Cup final. The final score, Canada 5, Sweden 2. Game 2 on Tuesday night. This is Labatt's Canada.
Now this is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Get up onto his stick, throws his center ice now. On full play with Gartner. Gartner going to his backhand, gets set, he shoots, hit the post, rebound. Oh, what a save! They score, but the net was off the mooring. Now the net was off the moorings when the puck went in the net, I think. We'll have to look at a replay here.
Well, when Gartner makes his shot here, the goal light goes on. But the puck was not in, but the goal light did go on. The puck was definitely off the moorings when that puck went into the net.
Line that's wide of the net. Now out at center ice, it's shot right back into by goal later. Gretzky to middle and Gretzky scores!
What a nice play here by Team Canada. There's Rick Middleton picking the puck, kicking it up with a skate over to Gretzky. He's got the open net to put it in. But Team
trying to get it out now. Now it's Stastny back in over the line. Good move now. Stastny moving in, trying to get set with a man in the slot. He gets it back to the blue line for Robinson. Here comes the shot. They score! 3-0 Canada as they pour it on early.
Well, some good passing work by Peter Stastny. Controls the puck in the end zone. The Swedes let Canada come right in.
View of it there. Like it had eyes, they say, Darryl.
Well, this is what Team Sweden didn't want to happen. They didn't want Team Canada to get ahead of them. They thought that if they could...
Tonnelli now. Tonnelli down on the left wing board. Tonnelli trying to find a man. Tries to roll it in front. Backhand shot right up there. The rebound. They score! 4-0. That was Canada's 10th shot on goal. 7 minutes and 13 seconds into the game.
Well, we talked about an awesome offense that Canada's capable of presenting, and they're sure doing it here tonight. Here's John Tonnelli. We talked about All-Stars. He's been an All-Star throughout this tournament. Sutter's played very well. There's his rebound. Tonnelli backhands it in. They're sure not giving Valatello very much.
Check by Erickson. Now on this side, Sweden, and it's mishandled in there by Erickson in front of the net. They score! Erickson mishandled it coming off the board. And that line with Sutter on it just took advantage as they've done so often in the forechecking lane.
John Tonnelli makes a fine play here. He passes it right out to Sutter. Right there in front to tip it in.
Hawkinson again, back in over the line. Here's Gradin, clears it in front. They score! Nielsen! Kind of a slow motion goal that threw Peters off as far as timing is concerned, and it went right between his legs. He was looking for the hard shot, and it appeared to deflect.
Ken Nielsen coming off his off swing. It hit something that hit a stick. Peters opened his legs and just threw him off back.
Through for Middleton. Coffey. Middleton can't get that behind the net. Intercepted by Lindholm. And it's cleared to the line. Knocked out of midair by Gretzky to Coffey. Coffey in front of the net. They score! And I believe it's deflected off Eldebrink's stick. So Coffey will get the goal.
Wayne Gretzky does a nice job of knocking the puck out of the air. He's got the good eye-hand coordination. Knocks it out. Passes it across. Here's the puck he knocked out of the air. Lays right down there for him. Coffey's trying to make a pass over to Middleton, who's on the side of the net. It hits Eldebrink's the corner.
Well, Eldebrink, wish he could have that one back. Nielsen now at center ice. Back near the blue line. It is now 6-1 Canada. That penalty was a costly one. Here's Stan. Rolling in front. The shot that's blocked at the front of the net. Loose there. They roll it in. The goal is scored by Stan. He just touched it, but was enough to go in. There was no velocity on that shot at all. It just slid underneath Peters and into the net. So they get it back quickly.
Scramble around the net here.
Oh, the pain.
Loses sight of it. There it is.
Hook free. Cleared up along the boards by Eldebrink. That's Nielsen with the puck now. Nielsen working to the net. Robinson back in front. They score! On a 2-on-1, and nobody picked up Håkan Lube. And he made the move, went to his backhand and scored, and suddenly it is 6-3.
A fine play here by Kent Nielsen. Call him the magician. Perfect pass there to Hakan, who had the empty net. Team
Peterson chopped away from him. Sundstrom out to center ice for Stan. Stan down to the line now. Stan heading through the backhand. He scores! 6-4 with 18 seconds remaining in the second period. Oh, watch out.
Well, the Swedes are going to make this a hockey game. Again, Canada getting caught up the ice. A 3-on-2 by the Swedes late in the hockey game. Late in the second period, it shouldn't happen.
For the second straight period, a late goal, and I'll tell you, on the attack on the power play is Lube, near the line, in deep, back out to Lube again, from Sundstrom. Lube, Sundstrom, bats it out of midair, they score! Nielsen, and it's a 6-5 hockey game.
Ken Nielsen's having a fine hockey game. He's getting a lot of ice time here tonight. And he was Johnny on the spot there. The puck comes out to him. Got an empty net to put, and there he picks it right over there, and Nielsen got the empty net.
The draw against Nielsen. Tонelli shoots it in. That's the hockey game. 6 seconds left. Back to get it. Around behind the net. Canada on the verge of winning the Canada Cup. It's all over. Canada wins the Canada Cup for the second time. The celebration is on here at the Northlands Coliseum. It looked easy at the beginning. At the end, it certainly was not. The final score, Canada 6, Sweden 5. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
The presentation of the Canada Cup will now be made to Wayne Gretzky and Larry Robinson, co-captains of this year's winners